Hello, my dears. My name is Dominika Rasinska, and I've been a clairvoyant and bioenergy therapist for over 20 years. I work throughout the country, and indeed, the world. Today, I'd like to tell you about energy therapy, explaining more or less what it is, how it works, what a session can do, and what healing it can bring. So, as an introduction, I'll also tell you that I look the way I do. And why? Because I am myself and I want to be myself. I don't want to pretend to be someone I'm not just for the sake of this video. I wouldn't want to dress up or put on makeup either, because what's natural is truly the most beautiful. And why should we pretend to be someone we're not when we can truly show ourselves as we truly are? But okay, let's get to the point. So, bioenergy therapy has been with us for thousands of years. And although we might make some people look a little weird now, how can we do it? Well, let me explain. Jesus, who healed with energy therapy. He touched and healed a leper, healed a blind man. This is nothing other than energy therapy. He was both a clairvoyant and an energy healer. Besides that, of course, he was the Son of God, and I don't deny that because that's what he truly was. That's why I encourage you all to pray for us, for our country, and for everything. Okay, so we already know where it comes from, because the very fact that Jesus healed meant he simply passed this gift on to others, the so-called chosen ones. I don't want to brag, but somewhere out there, I might actually be that chosen one. Well, I am, because I had this message as a clairvoyant, even before I became a clairvoyant. It was something like this. God stood before me and told me I was ready and I should go and feed his lambs. I know most people might laugh at this, or maybe even a minority, but that's how it was. Since then, I've had two gifts I'm so grateful for. It's clairvoyance and energy therapy. And what's it like now? This energy therapy, this treatment, is done either in person or via WhatsApp, phone, or messenger. I don't need to see you, because I treat people from all over Poland and abroad, and they also feel it all and feel very good afterward, even recovering until the very end. A session with me lasts 10 days, and it works like this. I treat for 5 days, then take a break for 7 days. This break is a time for my energy to spread beautifully throughout my body, to normalize, settle, and stabilize, and then I work again for 5 days. When that time is up, we wait a week or two and then go to the doctor for tests. And we can already see that the results are better, and often they're fantastic, such that the illness that was plaguing us is gone. Of course, I can't cure every disease completely, because some are already so advanced, like a slipped disc or something in the spine, that unfortunately I can relieve the pain here, I can repair it a bit, but that also requires surgery. However, after surgery, you can still benefit from it, and the rehabilitation and reconstruction time will certainly be significantly shorter. I treat personally, meaning the person who comes to me usually stands up, because I like it when they stand, and then I have access to every organ in their body. I simply start from above their head and move both hands downwards. And as a clairvoyant and bioneurologist, I sense the specific conditions and focus on them. I focus primarily on them, but it's not just them, because it's about the entire body, not just these specific conditions. Of course, these are the most important things to me, because that's my priority, but overall, I also focus on the entire body. A person usually feels something in the back or front. Everyone feels things differently, so it's hard to pinpoint what, but it's usually either heat or cold, some tingling or numbness. Recently, a man who came to see me in person said he felt a pulling sensation, but after the session the next day, he said it was great. That evening, when he came home after 5 years, he finally went and started exercising, which was causing him a lot of strain, a lot of pain. He went and simply started exercising. Today, he feels much better, also because he's doing the entire session with me much better. He definitely won't have surgery, because he won't, but he'll still need 1 or 2 sessions, I think, and then he'll be completely healed. Regarding remote healing, I don't need a photo of just his face, as I would for a vision, but here I need a photo of his entire body, and I do the same. So, for example, I'm online with you and we're starting the energy therapy, and from head to toe, I simply follow the photo and feel everything, and you feel it all too, because you also feel my energy remotely and tell me what you feel, where it's most intense, where it's less intense. It all works on that principle. I've already cured a lot of people with this technique, energy therapy. In fact, it can cure any ailment without exception. I've cured a lot of people of cancer because I've cured a lot of people of cancer. It was breast cancer, stomach cancer, prostate cancer, and I even have comments on Facebook or somewhere saying that he simply got tested and is now healthy, nothing. And there was the prostate. Somewhere in there, a son quietly did energy therapy for his mother, who had breast cancer. And it's also written somewhere that she simply doesn't have cancer, so she didn't have to have her breasts removed or anything like that. She's healthy. And in general, the man who had stomach cancer, the doctors gave him 2-3 months to live, has been living for about a year now, feels great, and will enjoy a very long life precisely because he's healthy. Of course, conventional medicine, the common kind like injections, syrups, or pills, to put it crudely, isn't in favor of this because it's clear that if they accepted bioenergy therapy, just like they would accept other forms of unconventional medicine, they would lose out. And that's why they're only really saying here that it won't work at all, nor do they believe it for us, for you. However, I know from my personal experience that they do, because I was treated by one doctor, not two, so I know what it's like. It is, so I cordially invite you to participate in energy therapy, to take advantage of it, because it really works, and you can really see how it works. You don't have to take a full session right away. Just try it once, one day, and see if you feel anything, how you feel, and especially the next day after waking up, how your body reacts, how it behaves, how you feel. Then you can make the decision whether you want to continue using it, continue the entire session, or simply stop. Because it's an individual decision, and that's how it works. Bioenergy therapy dates back to the time of Jesus, so here, it's absolutely a yes. Sometimes I hear that the church is against it, but in reality, when we go to church, look closely, and you don't even have to, because when we enter the church, we make the sign of the Holy Cross. I go myself, so I know. It's a small ritual. When we enter the church, we light white candles. The white candle is pure, positive energy. There are various rituals, as they say in the church, such as Ash Wednesday, where they put ash on our heads, or we kiss Jesus' feet, or Easter. So there are many things where the church, let's say it denies it, but in reality, it's the same thing. This is also because they say these are rites, but in reality, they are church rituals, because they are church rituals. And I could also say that exorcists, in addition to actually exorcising possessed people, also perform rituals because they know how. Maybe they don't do it, let's go back. They don't do it because they won't admit it, but they can do it. And I know this too, 100%. I encourage everyone. If anyone would also like to take advantage of the bioenergy therapy course, where I can teach exactly how it's done, how to extract this energy, I invite you to, and I can definitely teach, so you can continue to help others. Of course, after you complete these courses, you can also earn a little from it if you'd like. However, it's more about helping, not making money, because if we wanted to make money, we'd have to pay 200-300 zloty for a session. And for me, that's a lot, so I don't rip you off because I don't rip you off, and I charge a fee, but much, much less. So really, I invite everyone to my place. My next video will be about how I treat a patient. We'll see who agrees to appear in my video. I would also like him to tell me what I feel, how he feels after such a session, how everything looks for him or her, how her body or his is thriving now, just so you have proof that it really works. And those who use or have used my services, specifically bioenergy therapy, also know exactly what I'm talking about. So I wish you a very warm, pleasant, and joyful day and send you warm greetings. All my energy, the positive energy, flows to you.